In this tutorial, I am going to discuss a programming question counting bits. So the problem statement is given a non-negative integer number num and for every numbers I in the range such that I is greater than equal to 0 and it is less than equal to num. For example, if the value of num is 5, it means any number which ranges from 0 to 5. What we have to do, we have to calculate the number of ones in their binary representation and return them as an array. So let's understand this problem statement through an example. So in the first example, the input number is 2, so we have to take all the numbers from 0 to 2. So 0, 1 and 2, and we have to calculate the number of ones in their binary representation. So first let's do their binary representation. So let's do the 4-bit binary representation. So 0, we know it is 0 0 0 and 0 4 times, and 1 it is 0 0 0 1, and 2 it is 0 0 1 0. And if we see the number of ones in this 0, it is 0. So at 0th index it is 0, and 1 it is 1. So at first index it is 1, so first index represent the number 1, and 2 it is 1, so at second index it is 1. So this is the output. Now let's see what happens if the input number is 5. Now let's write 3 4 5 as well. We know 0 1 2 and the number of ones in their binary representation, and 3 can be written as 0 0 1 1, 4 can be written as 0 1 0 0, and 5 can be written as 0 1 0 1. Now we know the number of ones in 0 1 2 I have already discussed. Now let's discuss 3. So it is 2, so we have written 2. 4, only one once is present in their binary representation, so it is 1, and for 5 it is 2. So this is the output we return. So now the problem statement is clear, and we have to solve this problem in linear time in on, possibly in a single pass, and the space complexity should be on. So this is the problem statement, and now let's discuss multiple approaches to solve this problem. Let's start with the simplest approach, and the simplest approach is to run a loop from 0 to given number and then take each number and count the number of ones in their binary representation. For example, if the given number is 5, so we have to declare an array of size 6, as we have to consider zeros as 0 as well. So let's declare an array of size 6 and 0 1 2 3 and it's 5. So it is 0 1 2 3 4 5. Then we have to run a loop from 0 to 5, and then we have to take each number and count number of ones in their binary representation. And for this I have written one method where I pass a number and it will return the number of ones in their binary representation. So the first number is 0, so when I pass 0 in this method, so it will run a loop if the number is not equal to 0, and when we found 1 in their binary representation, we increment the value of count, and then we reduce the number, and we keep doing this until the number is not equal to 0. So when when we pass the number 0, so it is already so this number is equal to 0, so this loop is skipped and we return its count, which is 0. So the next number is 1, so now this number is not equal to 0, so what we do is we do 1 modulus 2. So when we use the modulus operator, it will return the remainder. So when we divide 1 with 2, so it will give me the remainder, so the remainder is 1, and then we reduce this number. So when I divide 1 with 2, I get 0.5, but here the type is integer. So in integer the whole number is stored, not the decimal part. So the decimal part is truncated and the value is 0. So in next iteration it is equal to 0, so we return the count 1. Now the next number is 2, and then when the number is 2, so it is not equal to 0. So 2, when we do the modulus operator, 2 with 2, it is, so 2 modulus 2 and the remainder is 0. So this condition is skipped and we reduce this number, so 2 divided by 2, which is 1. So in next iteration, when again we do 1 modulus 2, we get 1, so we increment the value of count, which is 1, and then we reduce the number and now it is 0. So we return the number of ones in their binary representation, which is 1. Similarly for 3, now 3 is not equal to 0, and when we do 3 modulus 2, so it will give me the remainder 1. So we increment its count, which is we increment the value of count, which is 1 now, and then we reduce this number, so 3 divided by 2, which is 1.5. now the decimal part is truncated and it is 1. So in next iteration again we get 1, so 1 modulus 2, which is 1. So we increment the value of count, now it is 2, and we reduce the number, now it is 0. So we came out of this loop and we return the number of ones, which is 2. Similarly we do with 4, and here we get the output, which is 1, and similarly we do with 5, here we get the output, which is 2. So this is the output. So after running a loop from 0 to 5, we came out of this loop and we return this result array. So this is the output. Now let's talk about its time complexity. So its time complexity is O n cross 32. Now let's understand why it is n cross 32. So n is the number. So we run a loop from 0 to num, so it is n, and 32 is integer, is of 32 bits. So we have to check each bit whether it is a 1. If it is 1, then we have to increment its count, so that's why it is 32. So this is the time complexity of this approach. Now let's try to optimize our approach to solve this problem in O and time complexity. Let's discuss how we can optimize our previous approach, and to understand this, let's take few decimal numbers and their binary representation. So here are the few decimal numbers and their 4-bit binary representation, and by using all these binary representation, so we can conclude a few important points. First point is all the even numbers end with 0 bit and all the odd numbers end with 1. For example 2, you can see the end bit is 0. For 3, it is odd, end bit is 1. Similarly 5 is odd, its end bit is 1. 7, so it's end with 1. 9, it's end with 1. 10, it is even, end with 0. 4, it is even, end with 0. So this is the important point. All the even number end with 0 and odd numbers end with 1 when we do their binary representation. And second important point is, in the binary representation of the number n, if we neglect the last bit, then its value is same as n by 2. For example, the binary representation of 10 is 1010. If we neglect the last bit, which is 0, then it is 101, and it is the binary representation of 5, so it is equivalent to n by 2. What about 9? So it is 1001. If we neglect its last bit, so it is 100, and which is equivalent to 4. So when we divide 9 by 2, it is 4.5, and we already know 4.5 is not an integer, so 0.5 is a decimal part. So when we take integer, we ignore the decimal part, so it is 4, so it is 100. Similarly for 7, the binary representation is 0111. If we talk about 4-bit binary representation, if we ignore its last bit, now it is equivalent to 3. So second one is also very important observation. Now third, if the number is odd, then last bit of binary representation will be 1, else for even it is 0. So using these observation, we can solve this problem in O and time complexity. Let's see how. So now suppose the value of num is 5, so we have to create an array of size 6, because we are taking number from 0 to 5. So 0, 1, it's 2, 3, 4, and it's so 0 1 2 3 4 5. So now a few conditions. If the given number is 0, then simply return an array of size 1 and its value is 0. Now let's move to next important point, next statement. Then we declare an array of size given number plus 1, and we know the binary representation of 1 is this 0001, in which only one is there, so we can initially assign 1 here. And from 2 onwards we iterate, we run a loop from 2 to number, and then at second index it is I divided by 2, which is 1. So we check what's the value present in 1, which is 1. And when we now we check whether 2 is even or odd. So 2 is even, so the last bit will be 0. So 1 plus 0, it is 1. And for 3, now 3 is 3 divided by 2, so 3 divided by 2 is 1. So we go to 1 and we check the number of ones present in the binary representation of 1, which is 1. And then 3 divided by 2, which is odd, so the last bit is 1. So 1 plus 1, which is 2. So we already discussed why we are doing it. So in the binary representation of the number n, if we neglect the last bit, then its value is same as n by 2. And then in case of odd, then we add 1. Else if it is even, then we don't have to add anything, because the last bit is 0 when the number is even. So now the next number is 4, and for 4 what we do is first we divide 4 by 2. Now we get 2, so we check how many number of ones are present in the binary representation of 2. So it is 1, and 4 is even, so we don't need to add anything. So if we add 0, then it is 1 plus 0, which is 1. Now the next number is 5, which is odd. So if I divide 5 by 2, so it is 2. So I know the number of ones present in the binary representation of 2, which is 1. And then 5 is odd, so the last bit is 1, so we have to add 1 to it. So now it is 2. So this is the output we got, and we get this output in a single traversal. So we have solved this problem in O and time complexity. So in this tutorial I have discussed two approaches to solve this problem. One is the simplest approach, and the second one is based on this observation. And if you know some other approach, you can let us know through your comment. So that's it for this video tutorial. For more such programming videos tutorial, you can subscribe our YouTube channel. You can visit our website, which is https://webrewrite.com. Thanks for watching this video, and please don't forget to like this video. Thank you.